everyone, my name is Rebecca Sitar and I am a certified lactation counselor here at PAC Pediatrics, our breastfeeding center in our Clark Summit location. Today I'd love to take you through an unboxing of the Spectra S1 breast pump. So the Spectra S1, you might be familiar with the S2. Mainly the only difference between the two of them is that the Spectra 1, or the S1 as it's known, does hold a charge. So you can charge it. It comes with this little battery pack and you can charge it right into your wall for about 4 hours, and it does hold a charge for about 4 to 5 hours. So that's great. You can take it on the road with you. You can take it on your commute to work in the morning, or even if it's just going from upstairs to downstairs, it's super convenient and super easy for our mamas. So what you might find in your Spectra S1 box, we have a wide mouth bottle. So if you do order any extra off of Amazon or from the Spectra website, you want to go with that wide mouth. Okay, it comes with 2 sets of flanges, the 28 and the 24. So depending on what size you are, I always let mamas know that we'd be happy to size you. So if you go to your lactation consultant, she'll be familiar with making sure that you do have the right fit for your flanges or for any of your needs. Whether it be nipple shields or flange sizes, they'd be happy to help. So basically the rule of thumb, say if you're unsure, the rule of thumb here, if you are putting your flange on and it's pulling more than just a little bit of the areola along with the nipple, and you feel like you're kind of flopping in and out, it is time to go down a size, okay? And the same rule of thumb is if you feel like it's too tight and you're smashed up against that flange wall, it's time to go up a size. Depending whether it's too tight or too small may have effect on your milk supply that you're pumping out. So make sure that you have that good fit. It will fluctuate throughout your breastfeeding journey. So you always kind of want to feel it out, what fit maybe in those early days, maybe not so much as your process and as your journey continues with breastfeeding. So again, if it feels like it's too big or too small depending, then you just kind of want to play with it a little bit. I will say with the 2 flange sizes, you can always order from Spectra website, or you can also go on Amazon and find a flange that is compatible with the Spectra. Okay, so what else comes in our box besides our flanges and our bottles is our tubing. So we never want to get the tubing wet. It's very, very hard to get anything out. So you do want to sterilize and clean out your bottles, your bottle system and your flanges, and also your bag flow protectors, which we'll get into in a moment. But you never want to put water in these air hoses. That's the only thing that passes through here is air. So we will get into that in a moment too. And we also have our backflow protectors. And what that does is it backflow protects. So when we're pumping, the milk will go back into the bottle. It's a closed circuit system. So it'll go back into the bottle and it won't get into your pump or damage your pump. So let's get into it right now. Things that we do have to clean and make sure that they're nice and sterile every day is our backflow protectors, our pumps, and our bottles. And also, I just want to take you through every little thing here. I'm going to get rid of the box here now. All right, so these are duck bills. And what they do is they create that suction. So when it is creating that suction, it opens just a little bit and it closes throughout. They do have a shelf life of about 3 months. If you do use your breast pump on a regular basis, be prepared to order these little duck bills in about 3 months, okay? And that doesn't mean that they're cheaply made. It's just the way that it is, and they do have wear and tear. So if it starts to look like a little happy face all the time, that's a sad face, because you really want to change that, because you're not going to get that suction. So you want to make sure that this little duckbill slides right on the inside of your flange, and make sure it has a secure fit for you, okay? The next thing we're going to do is put together our backflow protector. So it's pretty easy to put this together, I will say. You'll know you're doing it wrong because it won't fit properly. So it's has this front part piece, it has this little mini piece that's kind of silicone, and let me just do that properly. And then we have our top piece. So it almost replicates a little spinning top, right? So we'll put this all together. And again, it is pretty easy to do. And we get our, it will only fit this part. You can see that it's too big. So it's pretty simple design, which is nice. So you can use as a dual pump, or you can use it just as a single pump, and that's completely up to you, which is great because it keeps it a little versatile. So let's just use the one pump, and it has this little protector to block off that other side. So all we need to do, upside down, not so easy. All we need to do, there we are, is just plug that right in. And then the other end, again, I only need the one. The other end is gonna go right on here. So we have already blocked that other piece off. It's gonna give us that suction that we need. And again, this backflow protector is gonna protect any milk that goes back into our pump. So it's gonna keep it nice and safe. All right, so let me get my little breast friend out here, and that one will help us. Now I just wanna kind of walk you through the different cycles on your pump. So you can see here, the nifty little thing about the Spectra, it does have a nice little night light. So I love that. Okay, so we're gonna get started, the on button right in the middle. So I always tell mamas to start in what we call massage mode, and that's that middle button right here. It simulates what your baby would do when baby comes to the breast. It initiates that letdown. So babies, when they first get on, they have that really fast suck, that really fast suction, or rather suckling. And so it starts at about 70 per cycle. This does not go up. If you try to press the up button, it will not go any higher. However, this starts at a 5. You could go down if that suction is too high. So this number over here where it says 70, that is how many times per minute that is pulling. And on this side is the volume, or that suction, that deeper suction that you're gonna have. I always like to tell moms, start somewhere in the middle with that suction. You can always go up, but you know, you could do damage if you go up a little bit too high. So just keep that in mind. So this can run its course. Once you feel that letdown, that initial letdown happen, you can just kind of switch it out here. So you notice, if you can hear it, it does have a little bit longer and a deeper suction. So you can see here that the cycle went down to 54 and the vacuum went up. So here, again, you can't go up any higher as far as how many times per minute this little suction is happening. It's going to be that stationary at 54. Okay, but you could go up as far as that vacuum, as far as you want to here. However, I always say, just because you could doesn't mean you should. So sometimes if you go up too high, you can create some nipple damage. So you just have to play with that. Again, I always say start at around a 5, and you can always work your way up. Some days you are able to tolerate a little bit more and you want to go up to an 8 or 9. And then there's other days that your body's like, let's just stay and hang out here at 5. So it just really depends on the day. Again, more isn't always better, okay? You can have that same output at that lower level. So you don't have to crank her up all the way, okay? And that's all there is to it. You know, you could come talk to us a little bit more about, you know, how long, things like that. And we would love to guide you on your breastfeeding journey and your pumping. But this is just a quick little tutorial on the Spectra S1. Again, she comes in a Spectra S2, which we love. But if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to myself or Liz in our Kingston office, and we would love to take you through your journey as you are on your breastfeeding journey with your baby or babies. All right, well, thank you for listening. Again, if you have any questions, just give us a holler. Have a great day.